Come on, just a little bit further. We're almost done. You can do it. If your walks sound like this, we need to talk. Because this is what I told my rescue dog before I realized I was not helping him at all. On the contrary, I was accidentally making his anxiety worse, and today I'm gonna show you exactly why. You've probably been told that you need to take your dog out and walk them and show them the world because they have to face reality at some point. They have to be confronted with the things that scare them, to push through the fear, because that's how they learn. And I totally understand that instinct. You adopted a rescue dog, you want to help them. That's not wrong, that's love. And I felt the same way with my rescue dog. But here's what actually happens on those walks, and nobody talks about this. Whenever your rescue dog freezes up, pulls back, gets frantic, or even tries to sniff everything in a 1 centimeter radius, that's not stubbornness. It's not dominant. It's not your dog winning. It's your dog trying to cope with overwhelm. Because here's the thing, sniffing activates the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the rest and digest part, the exact opposite of fight and flight. So whenever our fearful rescue dogs start sniffing, their heart rate actually drops. They can calm down and they can start processing whatever is around them. And every time we pull them away from that sniff, every single come on, let's keep going, gets them a spike of cortisol and rips away their only tool of coping with the environment. So what about the idea that dogs need to make distance on walks? Well, that's a human invention. Dogs don't go outside to cover distance or to stretch their legs just for the sake of walking like humans do. They go outside to read the world. Every sniff is a paragraph. Every pee spot is somebody else's social media post. They are gathering information, managing arousal, deciding whether the world is safe or not, and who's living in their neighborhood. For a rescue dog who's already living in a low state of anxiety, that information gathering is not optional, it's essential. So if we want our dogs to be happy and calm and relaxed after a walk, a 20-minute stroll where they can sniff freely does more for the nervous system than an hour power walk where we keep redirecting them forward. I recently worked with Staffy and his mom because he had trouble meeting weird people or dogs on walks. So whenever a person acted strangely or carried something that he couldn't place, he would react, bark, lunge, do all the things. And even though she had no trouble holding him, she wanted them to have relaxed walks together. She wanted him to enjoy their outings and to be able to be his usual fun and loving self without people calling them names or getting scared of the dangerous dog, whatever. But that wasn't happening because every time they got home from their walks, both of them were exhausted. So at one point she told me, I walk for an hour, but it's no fun. I don't know what else I can do. So we looked at that walk and there was a very well practiced pattern they had whenever they came across a trigger. The dog would start sniffing and mom would tell him to keep moving. And every single time you could see the dog's body stiffening, head up, ears forward. That's what we changed first. As soon as he got the chance to stop and sniff at a distance he felt comfortable in, the outbursts on humans stopped. It gave him time to assess his monsters, so he didn't need to escalate anymore. Now, this isn't a magical cure because there were moments when he got startled and he would bark again. There were also dogs who got a reaction out of him as well. But this is still a huge improvement for such a tiny change, and it gave him a lot more overall well-being. Now, if you want to see what a real decompression walk looks like for your rescue dog step by step, I have a full video on that linked in the description, so go click on that after watching this one. It's free. It's short and it will change how your walk tomorrow morning will look like. Now, for my team, after the first week of changing the walks to slower, more sniffing and shorter, the mom told me that he now just lies down after the walk and goes to sleep. When before he would start pacing around, he would need some other activity, and he would still always be a little bit on edge. Now he could just sleep. That's huge because that's amazing for the stress level. And it's all because he can finally complete the stress cycle instead of bringing all this cortisol, all the adrenaline home with him. And what's behind this is just simple biology. Every living creature needs to protect his or her safety first. And for a fearful rescue dog, whenever we take away their ability to read and assess their environment, we are not helping them to get brave. They learn that the world is unpredictable, way too fast to be processed, and we as humans are not to be trusted because we are not helping. But when we start allowing them to do what they need to do to feel safe, they learn the world brings information, not danger. And we are the ones making space for that. So we are helping them actually get curious, and curiosity counters fear. That's how trust is built, one sniff at a time. One more thing I'd love for you to try. Let your rescue dog choose the direction of the walk within reason. You're still responsible for safety, right? But the route, that's theirs. Every decision your rescue dog makes that doesn't end in disaster is a deposit in their confidence account. They turn left, nothing bad happens. They investigate the smell, nothing bad happens. They choose to go a different way and you follow. That's you telling your dog, your instincts are valid here. I trust you. And slowly, not overnight, but slowly, they start believing it themselves. So here's the important take from this. The quality of your walk is everything. The distance is practically irrelevant. Watch your dog. Really watch your dog without staring at them. What does the body language tell you when they stop? What happens when you follow them for 5 minutes? You know your dog. You see them every day. Trust that. If you have any questions about decompression walks, about sniffing, about anything you see in your dog's body language and you're not sure about, put it in the comments. I read every single one of them and I try to answer every single one of them. And for now, let's watch the decompression walk together in this video.